Hello, new wave of British Heavy Metal.com here again. It is the 9th of January 2021 as I'm recording this. If I may make the usual opening request for a favour, and that if you would please subscribe to the channel, that would be excellent. Really would. Here we will look at Whitesnake and the Little Box of Snakes. Now, Whitesnake, of course, back early, around about 1980-ish, were top of the tree. They really were a proper bluesy hard rock band that, in my eyes, could do no wrong back then. And in this little box set, well, it's more than a little box set. They call it Little Box of Snakes, but it's quite big, really. We've got all what I'd call the good Whitesnake CDs in one box, right? It starts with the original Snakebite EP through to the Saints and Sinners album, and of course everything that came in between that, like Love Hunter, etc. We've got 8 really top class heavy bluesy rock stuff from a band who back then were really were top of the tree, first class. I'm of the Whitesnake faction that thinks everything fell off a cliff after this. And we know when it became all about style more than substance and image and all the rest of it. But this, you can't go wrong with this. You really can't. Top class bluesy hard rock. So it's a bargain. During the period of these albums, Whitesnake basically had no equal when it came to this style of music. You like that classic bluesy hard rock type stuff. Coverdale was out of Deep Purple, of course, but put together a band who really were awesome musicians. We got Mickey Moody and Bernie Marsden. What a guitar duo they were back then. They could do everything without being overly flashy as well. It's just proper guitar playing. They could do the big riffs, they could do the solos. It was all excellently well performed, but not flashy. It's just solid musicianship and excellent playing. Then you've got the equally awesome Neil Murray on bass. What a bass player he is. And then to begin with, we've got Duck Dowie. What a name. Duck Dowie on the drum stool. He didn't last too long, and of course a couple of Coverdale's ex-Purple bandmates came in, John Lord and Ian Pace. But say after Saints and Sinners, it went off a cliff because it was all about image and more than anything else, in my opinion, at least. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Little Box of Snakes. They say that Snakebite EP is a real great taster of what Whitesnake would develop into over this period. The debut album hammers along a little bit like a heavier mishmash of Free and Bad Company. The only letdown on that for me is a shockingly lame cover of the Beatles' Day Tripper. They could have put an extra original song on there and bin that, surely. Love Hunter is the cream of the crop. Here, Love Hunter goes up to 11 and beyond. That is the outstanding Whitesnake album of all time, in my opinion. You just can't beat that. It's got everything. It's got everything. The follow-up to Love Hunter, Ready and Willing, that cements that. And then Come and Get It and Saints and Sinners is just more of the general awesomeness that was going on with Whitesnake back then, but not quite up to Love Hunter standards. That is the benchmark for me. That you just can't beat that album. During this period, Whitesnake was some excellent live band as well. Really were over-delivered every time. I saw them many times back then, early mid-80s, and they were phenomenal live. And as a reminder of how good they were live, in this little box here, we've got the 2 live albums of the period, Live at Hammersmith and the superb Live in the Heart of the City. So what a package it is altogether. You've got all of these, all 8 CDs in one box. The only gripe I've got, well, other than that awful cover of Day Tripper, is the box itself is a bit like a cigarette packet. It flips open at the top, and it makes getting things in and out a little bit difficult. So I just took everything out and left them in their own individual little cardboard covers. But you know that's about the design of the box, not the music, because you just can't beat this. Whitesnake were top of the tree back then, and this demonstrates just what a fine band they were before, say, the MTV period came in. He sacked everyone, brought in wholesale changes, and it was never the same for me after that. If you like that stuff, fine. I don't particularly, but for this, you can't beat it. Love Hunter, Ready and Willing, you know, and all the rest of it. Phenomenal stuff, all in one box. Check it out if you'd like to. You can't go wrong with it. You really can't. As always, there's a link in the description below to the box set on Amazon. Also a link back to the post on the blog if you'd like to read that. And of course, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That'd be great. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and of course, do take care.